Good afternoon, everyone. It's Amy from Cohuna here, and I'm doing our 31st episode of Lunchtimes with Locals. As you can see, I'm not sure if you can see me in the windows there, but I am at ASM Insurance Brokers today. One of the newest businesses in town, I think I can quite confidently say, because in fact, I've got a little bit of conflict of interest here today. I actually work here as well as doing my Cohuna work. So, got a few people watching. Thank you very much. Got to see people testing out the bikes from Roby's bike shop behind us there. So yeah, hope everyone's doing really well. It was a bit of a cold start today, so turns out it looks like it's going to be a nice day. But anyway, let's go inside ASM Insurance Brokers and see what's happening in there. Now, if you've got any questions as we go, insurance related, or if you just want to know anything about the merger of the two businesses that created ASM, then let us know. But for now, let's head in. It's very noisy out here. So we're actually at 15 King George Street. So it's here's our front desk. This is where I normally get to sit, which is very fun because I do like to look out at the windows. We've got our hand sanitizer and everything there, so we're taking the COVID restrictions and rules and safety very seriously. All right, so this is our front entrance area, and I'll just do a little bit of a chat. So basically, what's happened is there was two insurance broking companies in town, and one was Stanton Insurance Brokers, where I used to work, and one was Oars and Associates. So the principal brokers of both of those businesses got together and decided that rather than have two very similar insurance brokerage businesses basically doing the same thing, selling the same product, that they would be a smart idea to get together and merge them. We've got another customer, and she's actually a repeat offender who desperately wants to get on Facebook. That's all right. I'm pointing it towards myself. So what I might do is I'll head out the back so that, hang on, spin the camera around. Say hi, Jeanette. Ashton can help you. Oh, that's so funny. All right, so not many people get to see behind the scenes here, behind that big door, but here's what our new premises look like. Give us a shout out if you're watching. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mum. There's Paul. Give us a hi, Paul. Paul is the pretty much the general manager and one of the principal brokers here, and he is the M of the ASM. So other people might be wondering what the other things stand for. So it's ASM, Alden, Stanton, Miller. So the three surnames of the principal brokers here. So basically, normally Tina's sitting there, normally Ashton's sitting there, and normally Deanne's sitting there. But of course, no one wants to be on camera, and everyone runs away when they know that we are doing an interview. But that's all good. I understand. Hi, Dan. Dan's our IT guy. Thanks for watching. And say hi to Keegan for us. So basically, yeah, on the 1st of July, I might sit down here. On the 1st of July, we had the two businesses combine, and it's been quite a lot of work and a little bit of disruption, but I think we've handled it like an absolute bomb, because we had to also not only merge companies, we also had to all move to a new premises, and also all the staff had to integrate and work together, and we do sell very similar things and operate in similar ways, but there's obviously been differences. But we basically want our clients to know that even though we have a new name and a new premises, essentially we're going to operate the same. We always had a really high focus on customer service, giving people qualified and personal advice and helping people with claims. We answer our phones, you don't ever have to go on to hold, and we just generally look after people, and not just local people. A lot of people assume that because we're in a small country town, we just have clients from the Cohuna area. In fact, you can sell insurance to anyone, anywhere. So we've got clients all over the country, and we're all it is an email or a phone call. So really, we can do insurance for anyone, anywhere. So yeah, I'm not sure what anyone else wants to know, but basically that's happened. We've also got an office in Barham. A lot of people don't know that, so probably the Stantons, people who knew Stanton's business might know that. But yeah, we've got an office in Barham. We've got 7 staff members here in Cohuna in general and 2 staff members in Barham. So it's a little bit hard at the moment, obviously, because of the border restrictions. But yeah, it's good to have an office over there. And yeah, I think people would be surprised exactly how big the business is. So because insurance is a little bit, there's not really much to show you at the premises now that I've given you a little mini tour. There's our kitchen, and we've got Ashton's back at his desk there. But because there's not all that much to sort of show you here, we thought it might be a good chance to actually get people educated about insurance. No one likes talking about it. It seems like most people sort of struggle with it, or gets a bit of a bad rap, which kind of upsets us sometimes because we're obviously professionals and very passionate about our industry. So we thought we might make it a little bit fun and do like a question and answer style session. And we're going to base it on the show You Can't Ask That from the ABC. If you have not seen it, please watch it. It's absolutely insightful, and yeah, you can either laugh or cry. So we're going to base it on that, and basically people submit questions, and yeah, we have presenters that are going to answer the questions. So it's actually going to be Ashton and I today because no one else wanted to participate. So come on, Ashton, we're going to go into our boardroom here. I'll show you the boardroom. Look how cool our boardroom is. We're going to get a big tally out there too, so we can do meetings and teleconferences and all that sort of stuff too. Oh, I've got a bit of a pest here. Elders Insurance Geelong. If you're in Geelong, check out Elders Insurance Geelong. Now that's rude. Funny story though. I do know who that person is. That's my son Liam, who now works at the competitors, Elders Insurance in Geelong. So thanks so much for that, Liam. Maybe you could answer some of these questions, although you haven't got your qualifications yet, mate. So, All right, so this is my work colleague, Ashton. We have been working together for 6 years.
Yeah.
We started, Ashton started at Stanton's, and Sue and I taught him everything he knows.
That's right.
So yeah, we've got a very close working relationship, and yeah, it's just really nice to have a colleague that you can work closely with, and with the same sort of attention to detail, customer service level, and all of that stuff that's really important in our industry. Just checking to see if we've got any more comments there. Oh, Liam, that's so funny. We've got 11 people watching, so that's good. And hopefully there's more people watching afterwards. If you're watching afterwards and still want to ask a question, of course, ask your question, because we can monitor the comments and definitely ask. So hopefully people have seen the show You Can't Ask That on ABC. But basically they have a list of questions and 2 people sitting on a stool. So, bought the stools from home. And Ashton was willing, reluctantly, to go along with it, even though he hasn't seen the show. So basically we're just going to pick up the random questions. I did ask people to submit them beforehand, and I had a few come through on Instagram, which was really nice. So head over to the Cohuna Co Instagram page if you don't follow us on Instagram yet. And I sometimes put some really interactive things on there, and I love getting feedback from people and hearing from people. So it was really good to get some questions there. All right, well, do you want to pick up the first question, Ashton?
I'll go first.
Read it out, and then we'll work out who's going to answer this one.
What are some different types of insurances that some people might need? Well, I can answer that one.
All right, yes, you can.
So, we sell everything from cars to caravans, boats, aeroplanes, contract works. I've been doing a contract works policy this morning. A lot of work involved in that one. Houses, I think I've already mentioned that, but we sell a lot of policies, a lot of products. So if you've got something out there that you need insuring, get in touch and we can certainly help you out. Yeah,
that's right. So we do all the basics and all the complicated ones too. So we're supported by a broker network called Steadfast, and what they do is they They support us. So basically, someone gives us a random, I want to insure a hot air balloon. We think, well, we haven't done that before. Probably one of the things we haven't done. We don't know where to start, but we start with Steadfast, and they have like a support network of other brokers, experts, and what they call underwriters that might just offer that type of insurance that we can go to and have a conversation with. So we're always happy to help out with anything. And then if we can't help you, then hopefully we'll be able to connect you with someone who can. But yeah, we do love the challenging ones, don't we?
Yeah.
We'll have a go at anything. So yeah, if you've got a hot air balloon,
Throw it Amy's way.
My way, no. You're doing the hard stuff at the moment. Hi, Heather. I've got a couple of questions. Hi, Beck. Thanks for watching. Dan's asked a question. With how fast cybercrime is evolving, how does a business know their coverage is current enough to stay protected? Very good question. And that is something that we've probably got to try and keep up with a little bit more, because there is cyber insurance available. It's always ever changing. But businesses, if you're a business out there, it's something you definitely need to consider, and you need expert advice on that. So a broker is definitely the best place to go. Probably is going to struggle to get proper cover if you're just trying to organise it online yourself or something. So Dan, we almost need to bring you on board, Dan, to help with the cyber stuff, because it's sometimes a bit over our head. But like I said, we'll always try and keep ourselves educated and updated, and always have a crack at it. So, all right, my question. Oh yeah, what does an insurance broker do? We probably should have started with that one, really,
probably.
but I can answer that. What does an insurance broker do? Well, I didn't know what a broker did before I started here 9 years ago, and you wouldn't have either before you started.
No idea.
So basically, an insurance broker, we like to call ourselves insurance assistants, don't we?
Yeah.
So you think of like someone who's just going to help you and who actually knows what they're doing. So basically, like an accountant helps you with your business and your tax and things like that. Your mechanic helps you fix your car because they know what they're doing and they do it all the time. And so an insurance broker is like that. We make it easier for you. People can do it themselves. Obviously, you can do your tax yourself too, and you fix your car yourself. But if you would rather pay someone who is an expert, doing it every day, knows the lingo, then that's probably when you'd get a broker involved.
Takes the stress out of it all.
Absolutely. Yeah. We try and make it stress-free, because prior to working here, I would probably allocate a whole day just to work out my house insurance, sit on the computer, get quotes, had no idea what I was talking about, would pay the money, wasn't ever really 100% sure what I was actually covered for or not. Then when I had to have a claim, I rang, got on hold for 45 minutes, had no idea what I was talking about. So we just do all that for you and just make it really easy. Email you, call you, keep you up to date, and help with claims. I think that's a huge thing that people forget about. So insurance isn't just about your paying your money every year in case your house burns down or you have a car accident. We're dealing with claims every single day, constantly, overnight. Tractor fire. So Ashton's been on the phone this morning helping someone deal with, losing one of their tractors. So it's such an important job, and just to have that person to call and go, this has happened and I need some help. It's really, really important. So in a nutshell, that's what a broker does. We're just your insurance assistants, and you can ask us all the dumb questions. You can get us to do the things that you don't want to do or haven't got time to do because you're busy working in your job or running your own life. So
that's what we're here for. So
that's right. And we love it. We love helping people. All right. Have we got any other questions? Not yet. Sue's watching. Hi, Sue. Hi, Renee. Thanks for watching, everyone. We've got 13 people watching. Yay.
Amy, got one here for you. Isn't insurance already included in my car rego?
Oh, we get that question.
All the time.
Why do I need car insurance? Isn't it already included in my car rego? No. It isn't. And we can see how people sometimes get confused, because on your car rego, it does mention something about compulsory third-party insurance. But that is to do with if you hurt or injure a person. So yes, that's included in your rego. But the car insurance that you need on top of your rego is called third-party property damage insurance, and that is if you run into someone's $100,000 Land Cruiser, that your insurance company will pay for the repairs to the other person's car. Same if you run off the road and run into someone's fence or house and do $50,000 worth of damage. So everybody needs to have third-party property damage insurance at a minimum. And then that is, if you get comprehensive cover, then that's built into that too. So comprehensive cover protects your own vehicle too. So in the example of crashing into the Land Cruiser, your car would also get fixed as well as the other person's car. So that's basically the two different types, and that's why it's not included in your rego. So if anyone in your life is telling you it is, or if that's an assumption you had, please give us a call urgently. Before we hate the thought of anyone being uninsured, because we can see how expensive claims can be and how it can really impact your life negatively, and we just don't want that to happen to anyone. And third party property damage cover, so cheap. $200, $300.
Yep.
Really, it depends on your age sometimes. So, and you can pay it monthly at no extra cost. So,
gets you out of a lot of trouble.
Absolutely, and it's the last thing you'd be thinking of if you got a bill from someone else for $6,000 to fix their car up. $100, $200 isn't nothing. So, hi Jen, I'm happy we have service here in Luca today. 50 mils of rain, wow.
It'd be nice to get some of that, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness, maybe not that much. All right. Here's a question that we get asked all the time. See, we've got our little questions. How much should I insure my house for? Throw it to you, Ag, I reckon.
Yeah, interesting question, that one. We've had a lot of house fires in Cohuna in the area over the last 2-3 years, I reckon. I've attended probably 4 or 5 of those, and I followed the process through. So I do know that you can't build much for under 300,000 these days. I guess if you're looking at buying a new home or with Metricon or Simmons, I think their base sort of starts at about 250, even 300. So if you were to have a total loss, you need to consider probably no lower than that. We've just had a client that's had a total loss recently, and they've had a rebuild, and theirs was a lot more than that, and you got a lot for that. But it's probably you need at least 300,000 in terms of if your house was to burn down, and it does happen. It's not what you pay for it on the market. I might buy something tomorrow for 190,000, but if that burns down, 190,000 isn't going to replace it. Might get me a very flash garage, but that's about it. It's not going to build me a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom home. You want to keep your sums insured up there, and if you're not sure about what you should be looking at, come have a chat to us.
That's right.
And we can always recommend what we think you might need.
We can't give you specifics, but we can give you a general idea of what you got to think of. Yeah. Obviously. So it's basically replacement value. It's not the market value of your house. So it doesn't matter if you bought a little house in Leachville for $100,000. You need to insure it for more than that, because it would cost you more than that to replace it. So, and that goes for your contents as well.
Exactly.
Things inside your house. A lot of the time when people come to us for a review, if they've organised their own insurance previously, they'll be very underinsured for their contents. So your contents is everything inside your house, and people forget how quickly it adds up, because it includes your curtains and your carpets, but also clothes, furniture, bikes, mower, generator. Yeah,
you're up to
everything.
60,000, 70,000 before you know it.
Exactly, and that gets eaten up very quickly. So that's why we, come and do a review with us, and we can, give you a general idea of, what it is, but ultimately it's your decision. And even sometimes if you're getting a loan or something from a bank, they'll require you to have a certain amount of cover on your buildings as well, just so that you can cover your loan and things like that if something happens. But like Ashton said, people go, my house won't burn down. Well, we hope it doesn't, of course. But the facts are that in the Cohuna area in the last 2 to 3 years, there's been we counted up this morning, at least 8 total losses of homes, and none of them were old run-down houses, and none of them were from bushfires or anything like that. So it does happen, and we see the other side of it, and we'd just always like to think that people are protected properly, and that they've got someone to hold their hand through such a traumatic experience as well. So
and you definitely want a broker when you've had a total
When
loss.
you've had a total loss, you want a broker because, it just helps the progress moving along, and it's just someone that can keep you in touch with the assessors and the insurance companies and just explain what's happening, what the next step is, if you're required to do anything. It's just, that's when the assistance comes in. And we love helping people, so it's just a real passion of ours too. So, awesome. All right. Now this one came through. I hardly use my boat. We get this a lot, actually. I hardly use my boat, and I'm going to add /caravan /car /anything. Do I still need to insure it? So if you hardly use something, do you still need to insure it?
Yeah,
What's your answer, Ag?
Probably perfect time of year, actually. No one's using their boat at the minute. No one's probably going fishing or water skiing anyway. So why would you insure it now? If, let's just say, your shed caught fire tonight, if you didn't insure it, you wouldn't be protected. You wouldn't have anything to fall back on.
If your boat was in your shed.
If your boat was in your shed, if you take the boat out for a spin on the water, you hit a stump and it does $6,000 of damage to your hull, but you cancelled your insurance policy last month, you wouldn't have any cover for that. So while you might be using it and you think you probably don't need it covered, things do happen. There's a lot of theft going on at the minute.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Someone could come tonight and hook your boat up and drive away, and you might never see that again.
Exactly.
If you don't have that policy, then you won't have any protection. So even if you're not using your caravan, whatnot, just keep it insured. It's the best thing you can do.
Definitely.
It might cost you a bit of money, but it'll save you a lot of money in the end if it does go missing or catches fire. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Because a caravan can be a $50,000 to $100,000 investment in some cases. So if you wouldn't have your car uninsured if it was worth that much, and same with some people's boats as well.
Exactly.
So definitely, and we can help you with boats. You can actually put a layup period on them where you're not using them, and it just protects you for non-water use. So there's always ways around things like that to find, where you just try and find the balance between the cheapest policy but covers you for what you need. So that we're sort of really good at that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like finding that balance of and working with you to know what your risk profile is. Getting a bit technical there. All right, this one came through on Instagram. Thank you very much for sending this one through. You know who you are. Do you need insurance to host networking meetings? So what I'm gathering from this is maybe someone is hosting networking meetings, maybe hiring a facility, maybe like Cohuna Co, and do they need insurance to host these meetings? So the basic answer is yes, because we always think in the worst case scenario, and this might not be the worst thing that could happen, but if you're providing a cup of tea and someone drinks a boiling hot cup of tea or spills it on themselves and they decide to sue you or pursue you for their damages, then you are going to need some protection of yourself. If someone falls over and breaks their leg at the event or has something happen to them at the event, then you really want to be protected. That type of thing would probably come under your business insurance. So if you were a consultant or a coach or a business, you'd have to check with your broker and look in your policy and see, but it would probably automatically come under your public and public liability insurance. But don't assume that it comes under, say you were going to hire the Memorial Hall in Cohuna, don't assume that it's going to come under the council's type of insurance. You really would need your own insurance. So I hope that makes sense, and that's probably very specific. So if someone had a question like that, that's the type of thing we answer all the time. So, but yeah, unfortunately, you do need insurance for a lot of things these days.
Yeah.
I see a lot of businesses starting up at home, selling things from home, and they might not necessarily think about getting insurance because, they don't have a shop or they don't have tools that they need to, or stock or things that are coming in that they actually need to cover. But it's still really important to have that protective layer for insurance, because we often use if you're making teddy bears from home and they've got buttons on them, and you post them out to a person and they give them to their 3-year-old grandchild who chokes on the button, then you're at fault there because you haven't maybe made the safe a safe toy for a child. So you would need insurance in that instance. So if you're ever not sure, just let us know. And don't think it's going to be so expensive. Like sometimes people get a really big, they get a pleasant shock when we give them a quote and they're like, oh, I thought it was going to be thousands of dollars. So it's always worth asking and finding out for yourself. So
Exactly.
all right, how are we going for time? Hope this session's going well. Last week we had a good session with on cyber insurance, and everyone gave us really great feedback about that. Not cyber insurance, cyber crime. Dan did that, and so it's good teaching people stuff during this as well. So
All right,
Ashley.
got another question here. Someone's asked in, do you do life insurance? We here, I get this question asked all the time actually, but it is one thing that we don't do. So if you need life insurance, I'm sure there's options out there for you, but it's definitely not something we do at the minute. We do aeroplanes and contract works and everything else, all the hard stuff, but life insurance is probably one of those things that we're just not at yet, but maybe in the future, but not at this point in time for us. So
it's a very specialist area with lots of extra levels of red tape and things like that. So if you're a life insurance expert out there, please put your name in the comments, because it'd be great to have someone to refer people off to, because we don't like it when someone comes in and asks a question, we just say, oh no, sorry, we can't help. We refer them off to a few different places. So but if someone's expert with that, then let us know and we can refer people to you all the time. Probably once a week at least we get that question, isn't it? All right, I'll answer this one. Why do insurance premiums go up? Everyone asks that. Everyone asks that. And that's the good thing about being a broker. We like to explain it to people so that people don't get kind of upset about it, because yes, they do go up, and there's so many reasons why. And there's people sitting in offices everywhere working out these premiums, so that then if a natural disaster or something happens, they have to pay out a lot of claims, that they have enough money to pay out all the claims. So they're really treading a fine line of keeping premiums low so that people do insure, but then also having enough money in the bucket to pay out claims that happen during the year. So insurance premiums can go up for a variety of reasons. We all know that insurance is kind of a bit more expensive for younger drivers, maybe car insurance. For obvious reasons, they're more likely to have an accident and a claim. Unfortunately, as you get older, much older, as in, like maybe over 80, your insurance premium will go up for the very same reason. So that's something that people sometimes ask us about. Why is it getting old? And it's because if you're older, it really goes on your claims, the demographic that you're in, the claims that occur in that age group. So if you're really young, more likely to have a claim. If you're quite old, then more likely to have a claim as well. So if you're middle-aged like me, probably in the sweet spot for insurance premiums on your car. But it's more expensive. Mostly premiums are more expensive in metro areas rather than country. One benefit of living in the country.
Exactly. And
for the very same reason, more likely to get crashed into, more likely to get stolen. Basically, it's more expensive to insure your car when you're in a metro area. So, there's a variety of reasons. What other reasons?
And it's probably the bushfire areas this year. They're probably going to see a big increase in their insurances there over the next 12 to 24 months. The insurance companies that insured people in those regions would have paid out a lot of money over the summertime there. So they'll need to get some of that money back in, hence why the premiums do go up.
And things like, so it all comes back to claims, things like the cost of building. So, compared to 10 years ago or 5 years ago, the cost of rebuilding a house and the labour cost, or even, let's not talk about rebuilding, even just fixing a house. So someone has a small fire just in their kitchen, the tradies cost more, the products cost more, everything costs more. So the claim costs more, so the premium has to be more. And people often expect as their cars get older, their insurance to go down. Unfortunately, most of the time it's the opposite, because parts become harder to get, and
those cars aren't being made anymore.
That's right, and it becomes more likely that it's going to be a total write-off. So then it costs the insurance company more. And then mechanics costs more, and panel beaters, everything costs more, and they've got to get things from overseas. So, I mean, there's so much that goes into it behind the scenes. And the good thing about us is that we shop around. I forgot to mention that about brokers, that we don't just work for one company. So, we have lots of companies we work with, so we can get quotes off all of them. Okay, some companies don't work with brokers, probably the ones that you are thinking of that you might go online for or see advertised on TV, generally don't work with brokers. And we have access to some companies that only work with brokers, and their policies are really good, because brokers won't sell someone a policy that's got holes in it or doesn't really cover them for much. So when you use a broker, you're definitely getting a more comprehensive policy that's got lots of all the fine print no one ever reads, do they? Yeah. That's our job though. We read the fine print and we tell you all about it. So that's another thing is good about a broker. So if you're so I did some renewals yesterday, and one of them, a car had gone up by $150, not really any explanation. So I just did quotes with our other companies and found a cheaper cover and offered it to the client. So that's what we do. We do that for you without contacting you. You don't have to go and spend a whole day looking up prices and things. And we're not aligned to just the one company. So it's and we trust the companies that we work with, and we build up a relationship with the claims people and with the underwriters who help us when we ask questions about, why has this gone up? Or, anything, are you able to cover this? Things like if there was an Airbnb, a new thing like that, we just go to our companies, we've already got a relationship with them, and we say, these people are going to use this as an Airbnb, is that okay? And they sort of negotiate and work with us, don't they?
Exactly,
so, yeah. Awesome. Hi, Carol. Hi, Di. Thanks for watching. Hi, Ron. Watching on his day off. Thanks, Ron. Great insight. Fantastic. I've got a few people watching anyway. Thanks, Heather. Oh, Sue, thank you for that good question. She's on the ball. She knows what we get asked all the time. Do I have to tell you when my child gets their L's or just their P's? At our brokerage, just the P's. Yep. It's fine. Learner drivers under our policies are covered under the same excess as the supervising driver. So there's no need to let us know about that. But if you're make sure you check your PDS. This is all just general information. If you're not covered by us or with a broker, then make sure you check your PDS, because that could be different for if you buy your own insurance online or something. There could be a little thing in the PDS saying that they need to know if a learner driver is driving. So that's a good thing. We know our PDS booklets, and we know all the different requirements of all the different companies. So yeah, it doesn't look like we've got any other questions. But we do appreciate everyone watching today, and that's all our questions that we had. I hope you like this style. I just thought it would be a bit of fun to sort of do it, and make sure you get in touch with a broker or ASM Insurance Brokers if you want. We've got the same phone numbers, so we kept the Oars number and we kept the Stanton's number, and all our email addresses are just our first names at asminsurance.com.au. And we've got a Facebook page, so make sure you get on there and give it a like. And we've been pretty busy in the merge and trying to getting everything set up, but I hope to be able to start putting stuff on the Facebook page just to keep people in the loop. And we want the industry to have a good name, and we want people to know what brokers do and how we can help you. So thanks for watching today. Appreciate it. And make sure you share this with anyone who you think might benefit from this information, and tag people, and just get involved. We hope we've taught you something today. So even leave a comment with your biggest takeaway from this, and like I said, get in touch if you ever want to get an insurance quote. Thanks, Sue. All right, bye.
Bye.